Hi, I'm Simon Gwynn, brands reporter at Campaign, and in this Campaign documentary, we're looking at heritage brands. We'll be asking marketers about the secret to maintaining trust with consumers across the decades and keeping heritage brands relevant today. We went to the Museum of Brands in Notting Hill, West London, which is jam-packed full of artefacts ranging from the 19th century right up to the present day. And we spoke to Chris Griffin, the museum's CEO, to find out what he sees as the secret to enduring brand success.
We're here in the Museum of Brands in Notting Hill. The museum is an incredible collection of brands from way back into history, heritage brands as well as more modern brands. All the brands have a relationship with the customer, and the more trusted the brand, the more likely it is to survive. That's why I think if you suddenly take the brand in a new direction, you can lose the customer completely.
One brand that has remained popular across the generations is the king of confectionery, Cadbury. But the acquisition of the brand in 2010 by American food giant Kraft was controversial. So has that sale threatened Cadbury's heritage? We visited the brand's historic home in Bourneville to find out.
Cadbury's been around since 1824, and today it is one of the top 5 food brands in the UK. It's the nation's favourite chocolate, and it is market leader in the chocolate category with a 32% value share. Since the acquisition, the brand has actually grown by 27% because we have committed and remained true to its heritage and also committed to the great taste and quality of the chocolate. The majority of volume of Cadbury dairy milk is still produced here in Bourneville, the home of Cadbury. And we've invested £75 million into Bourneville to safeguard and protect the future and the next generation of this brand. To accept change, it's all about consumer research, whether that's qualitative or quantitative. So when it comes to innovation, for example, we always test with consumers our new ideas that we're going after so that we understand how much they actually like them and whether there's a decent size opportunity. So in terms of brands that I think will be around for the next 200 years, I'd like to pick Twinings, Gordon's Gin and Burberry. These 3 brands, big British brands, have stood the test of time, and I feel that they continue to reinvent themselves whilst remaining true to their brand purpose and the fundamentals of what makes their brand so special, which is exactly what we do here at Cadbury.
Robinsons and Taylors of Harrogate are 2 brands that have stood the test of time by continually refreshing themselves to stay relevant across the decades. Robinsons is now perhaps best known for its association with Wimbledon, but the brand has a long history on shop shelves. Let's take a look at one of its very first TV ads from the 1950s.
Robinsons Lemon Barley with added glucose for health, energy and refreshment the whole day through. It's the drink for everybody. This is your drink. Robinsons Lemon Barley Water with added glucose.
So Robinsons was created over 100 years ago to add flavour to water. Back in the day, the quality of water wasn't as good as we have today, and therefore providing flavour to water was a really good way of encouraging people to drink more water. So Robinsons' root opportunity, if you will, is still the same as it was over 100 years ago. What we just have to do is find modern and contemporary ways to actually present the brand to consumers.
What's that you're drinking? Robinsons Special R.
So increasingly, consumers are looking for brands with heritage, credibility, because ultimately they're looking to trust. And by providing that trust, consumers will again buy you as a brand.
So Taylors of Harrogate was founded in the late 19th century, and what's interesting about that time, it was quite an entrepreneurial time. So although it's a long time ago and there are a lot of traditional values that emerged from that time, I think there's also an entrepreneurialism that was alive then that we still cherish and try to keep alive today. I think the main thing is that you need to really be clear on who you are, what you stand for, but you also need to not rest on your laurels, and you need to think very carefully about how consumers see you and whether they see you the same way, and what you think you stand for, is that what they think? And does that matter as much to them anymore? So you kind of have to stay true to yourself, but constantly check yourself in against the evolving world outside.
We've taken a look at some famous brands with a long and rich history, but how old does a brand have to be before it can call itself heritage? One much younger company that has nevertheless made its way into the Museum of Brands is pioneering low-cost airline easyJet.
When easyJet was set up back in 1995, it really played a key role in democratising air travel. It famously launched for the price of a pair of jeans, which was £29 back in 1995. And that was a route from Luton to Glasgow, and we continue to offer fares that low and enabling people to afford air travel. One of the biggest single changes in our history that really allowed us to step change our service we offer to our customers was the introduction of allocated seating in 2012. And this really improved our service and our perceptions and encouraged customers who previously wouldn't have flown with us to now be regular flyers. So although we stay true to our purpose of easy and affordable, we're constantly innovating to make sure the easy and the affordable are relevant for today. The easyJet logo remains exactly the same in 2017, and orange still a brilliant brand cue for us that's obvious and shouts out our brand name wherever you are in Europe.
I think the real key to a heritage brand is the brand management that goes on and that the agenda for the company that owns the brand is that they have a long-term vision. Brands, I mean, the British brands that are still here after many years, they haven't made too many mistakes along the way. They've innovated where necessary, they've changed to keep fresh and modern so that they're still out in the marketplace. And they've avoided going down what might be sort of popular trends and still have a great modern brand out there.